What's up, everybody? All right.
The MLB postseason on TBS is brought to you by Geico. Happy Geico means you can save even more by bundling home and car insurance. By T-Mobile, connecting fans in all 50 states with America's largest 5G network. T-Mobile is your ticket to the game. And by DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Download the app to try it free today.
Time to play ball here at Petco Park in San Diego. Another beautiful night. That is Manuel Margot. He'll be in the leadoff spot. Rest of the Geico batting order with Margot, Meadows, Rosarena, Choi, Brasso, Wendell, and then Adamas, Tsutsugo, and Zunino. Kevin Cash is starting 9 of 3-0 in this series with Zach Greinke ready to roll. He's on the mound, trying to extend the Houston Astros season.
All right.
First pitch of the ball game all the way. It is low for ball 1, and away we go. And Ronnie, the Astros hoping.
All right. Who do you guys think? Rays or Astros winning this one?
A Cy Young, 6 Gold Gloves, 2 ERA titles, 6 All-Star appearances, 2 Silver Sluggers. You name it. He's got it in this game.
Right, big thing to watch for Greinke. He's got to be getting guys to swing early. A lot of Rays, lots of Rays.
Really struggled over his last 10 postseason starts. 0-4 with ERA over 5. As he deals a strike to Margot.
I think the Rays win this one too, personally, just watching how it's going. Everything's kind of going in their direction. Everything's going their way.
Significantly, and a couple of key pieces are out of their starting lineup tonight. Kevin Kiermaier and Brandon Lyle not in the starting 9.
Good start right there.
Strikeout starts his night. And well, Margot, backwards game, 1 gone, and that's how it gets started here this evening.
All right, gotta get this tweet out.
Of course, Martin Maldonado behind the dish. Going around the infield, Bregman, Correa, Altuve back at second, Uriel, and then in the outfield, Brantley left, Springer at center, and of course, Kyle Tucker at right.
Just wondering if you're Jose Altuve right now, are you hoping to get a ground ball at you immediately, try to get this over with? He took a lot of time, a lot of his extra work before the game. Trying to get the rip back on those.
Greinke's always got his good command, so that's a good start for him.
With the quick and play, when he's got to make a quick throw, it's the one when you get a ball to think about it. And I think that's how it always works. But he's a gamer, yes. He wants the ball get to him, and he wants to play in the first inning.
Yeah, this one will be interesting with Altuve to see what happens. It's been regardless of what you have to say about the Astros or Altuve as a player, never good to see someone get the yips. So I'm hoping that's not what's going on.
Psychologist that he is.
It's ruined a lot of careers.
Team managers bring the whole team together, at least his offense. You don't see that very often. There aren't a lot of team meetings with Dusty Baker, but that's what we saw before the game. Austin Meadows in a 1-2 count. He's got that leadoff spot.
Man, it's tough for me to break Greinke down because I don't see the pitches moving a whole lot, but I know that they do. He's got really good command of them.
Just a precaution as he was hit by a pitch yesterday in the wrist, but we could see it. There was a pitch.
Homer? Nope. Nice catch by Tucker right there. I thought Meadows got that ball better than he did. All right, you guys got some questions here.
Number 2.
Frenchie, how about a nice start with the Houston defense?
That's what's sick. The Astros are saying, we can make some plays too, but good read by him.
Guys asking me to come to the Yankees, stay with the Reds. I do love my Reds fans. Shout out to all my Reds fans watching. I love you guys.
It's like a college basketball game. You play hard.
Yeah, if you guys haven't hit that subscribe button, I just hit my goal of 100,000, so I've now set a new goal. I'm trying to get to 250,000 as soon as possible. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now.
Side earlier for your Greinke, that open zone, Chris Conroy.
This guy's been hot. Oh my goodness.
Rosarena.
That was guys during the ALC.
You don't see a lot of guys, a lot of right-handed pitchers trying to throw fastballs down and into to right-handed hitters. But Greinke seems to be going to that spot. I wonder if it's a little bit of like a cutter that he's throwing in there. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. That makes more sense now, actually. He's trying to throw that kind of down and in fastball changeup combo. Kind of front hip cutter, down and in, and then that changeup that dives down underneath it for swing and miss.
Four 3-hit games already.
Yeah, there's that kind of running changeup.
He needs every fastball to count. 2017, he was throwing fastball 91 miles per hour. He's now throwing at 87 3 years later.
They see that list with Jeter, Gurriel, Chipper Jones, and there's Randy Rosarita with more baseball to play.
That's going to be the equalizer. Greinke's going to have to throw that pitch for strikes tonight, something that's a change of speeds, change of eye levels.
Look at this. And I've seen him throw this curveball in the 50s. And then he backs it up with that.
There's that changeup.
Sinker, and down he goes. And Rosarita strikes out Greinke. 1, 2, 3.
Good start for Greinke. Usually it's the second or third time through that gives Greinke problems right now, though. So we'll see if that holds true tonight. Now we got Glasnow. Where's I gotta find a mute button around here.
Are back with all new episodes of The Misery Index.
Who knew a ride put together tab to tab by toothless inbreds wouldn't go right?
The Misery Index, all new Tuesday at 10:30 on TBS.
We're staying in an Airbnb right now. I can't figure out how to work the technology here. Such a noob.
I'm gonna sneak this.
You're taking my buds?
They're gonna come in and bring Budweiser now. So
All right. Where's the mute button? How do we work the technology? Do we not have a remote that works the technology? No. Oh my goodness. All right. Well,
when I find an opportune time to bring the other, I'll see it in the corner.
okay. All right. Stuff to watch with Glasnow. Fastball, curveball, obviously power, cutting fastball in the upper 90s. He's going to have to land the curveball for strikes. I imagine the Astros are going to be somewhat patient against him. He's has a history with him. If you guys remember the last postseason, he was tipping, so I'm sure he's got that cleaned up. Will be interesting to see what the approach is. I got the Astros coming out being kind of patient, making him show that he can throw those curveballs, both his curveball and his fastball for strikes. Glasnow's going to try to work that up and glove side corner with a fastball. I do think, and watching the Rays pitchers pitch, it's been very interesting. They all try to throw breaking balls at the top of the zone and fastballs at the top of the zone. So it creates this really interesting tunnel, and they get a lot of chases up above. So if you have let's say this is the top of the zone, and you got a curveball that starts way above it and lands in the zone for a strike, then when a fastball starts up here, it looks like a strike and it ends up way above the zone. You get a lot of swing and misses up there. The one thing that I will say, though, is that after you do that, you play that game at the top a lot, fastballs up and curveballs up, the freeze fastball down is available quite often. So I'll be interested to see if Glass goes for that or not. But he hasn't. They really haven't tried to throw the ball down a ton. So I'm interested to see that. And the Astros have been jumping out to early leads, so this first inning is going to be important. Let's see what we got. Now I got to turn the volume back on.
Two starts in the division series. One of those come back on 2 days rest.
As predicted, there's that fastball up and glove side.
He gets the game 4 assignment in this championship series.
Fastball down. I think there's a lot of free strikeouts to be had there. But Glass is going to have to be. He's going to have to be ahead. He's got to get ahead of these guys. If not, pitch count's going to drive up, and they're going to be able to see that curveball, and they're going to wait out for the fastball. So Yep, 2-0 right there. It's the biggest thing I've seen so far in the postseason. Hitters, like, it's a lot harder in the postseason to get ahead of hitters because every run matters so much. You don't want to just throw a fastball down the middle or something down the middle and have them hit it out. But if you get behind, then it's just so much harder to then throw pitches in the zone after that. Like if you're down 2-0, you definitely don't want to throw one right down the middle because there's a better chance at least. So you have to be really convicted early on to just throw the first pitch in the zone and get ahead. And that's the biggest thing that I've seen with the pitchers that have struggled this postseason. If you watch guys that have had really good success and really cut through lineups, they're ahead all the time. They throw strike one.
In this postseason, but the Rays keep winning.
99. Brantley's one of the best hitters that I've ever seen in person. Maybe doesn't have the power that some other people have or the flash that other people have, but as far as like plate discipline, barrel the ball, like understanding what hitters are or what pitchers are trying to do to him and stuff like that, he's so good. And you notice right away the Astros are being very patient, making Glasnow throw strikes. Glass has pretty good command of that top line of the strike zone. We'll see. There's been a couple borderline calls already that he hasn't gotten, so we'll see what the umpire's zone is tonight. That's about the height that I think that's kind of the height that you need to be at first pitch, and then you can start expanding up a little bit.
And then after the season, did some evaluation with some of the members of his coaching staff and his teammates and felt like he was tipping pitches. And said he had worked on some things.
Fastball down. Yep. Brant will do that. He will roll the ball over. Gets a lot of hits over there, but he will roll it over. So.
If you don't see two natural players, I think he turns his 3-6-3 as good as anyone in the game, especially a right-handed first baseman. The little turn, the perfect throw, and I love making cards at first base. And you should have great job. You did get the ball quick, so you give it down.
No curveballs yet for Glass.
See, he was looking to see if he could go so early, he might be able to stop and get him a run down.
Maybe step on the bat and force a play there. But the airtight Tampa Bay defense continues.
There's a curveball. Ball one. Gotta throw strike. Gotta throw strike one. Need it. Yeah. And that's exactly what I was talking about right there. Astros been jumping out early. Glass gets down in the count. You don't want to throw a pitch over the plate because it could leave the yard, and every run in the postseason matters. But you do that on pitch one, and you play the odds. Throw it over the plate, make him hack on pitch one. The majority of the time, those are going to be quick outs. Keeps the pitch count down. But he's been behind every single hitter now. Hasn't thrown a first pitch strike yet. Anna wants to know, other than having proof that you're ready to pitch on day 4, why did you start tracking body data? There we go. Oh, a mad heater right there. 100 for strike 1. This at bat probably will play out a lot differently now that he's ahead. Now he can get more aggressive, trying to paint a corner, throw a curveball, something like that. There it is. Get the curveball for a strike. Now it's 0-2. Get a little bit of a buckle there from Bregman. And I'll get to your question after this at bat. Curveball in the dirt. Let's see a fastball above the zone here. Bregman has a pretty flat swing. Curveball again. That fastball down and away is open now for a freeze. He won't go there, I don't think, but it's open. Bregman's seen a fastball like upper mid row. Curveball for a strike started above that. Curveball in the dirt that he didn't swing at that started kind of middle of the zone. Curveball middle. All right. Good start for the Astros. Altuve seems to be coming around. Struggled a little bit during the season, but seems to be swinging it pretty well in the postseason. All right, Anna. Other than wanting to have proof of that I can pitch every 4 days, why did I start tracking body data, and any tips for collecting data? I started tracking because I wanted to improve my routine, my health, and readiness. Like the biggest thing for big leaguers is to be consistent day in, day out. And if you can bring your best performance every single day, even if you're not the most talented, then managers know what they're going to get, players know what they're going to get, teams know what they're going to get. And so really consistency is the most important thing at the big league level because everyone's talented enough to be there. So I started tracking so I knew why did I feel this way one day and that way another day. Why did I pitch well one day and have good command and didn't pitch well another day? So it really is just track what you can. Subjective measurements are good. Just, hey, how do I feel? Just give yourself a 1 out of 5. I do subjective measurements on mood. Mood, soreness, energy, hydration, stuff like that. And then I also do objective measurements like grip strength or, all the way down to like blood measurements and stuff like that. So just pick something that you can be consistent with and start with it and then see what it tells you and add on and stuff like that from there. Let's see, Eddie, if there was one hitter you would like to avoid next year, who would it be? I wouldn't mind not having to face Juan Soto all the time. He's pretty good. A really interesting combination of skill sets with Juan. You have guys that have really good plate discipline, but they don't have elite power. You got guys that have really elite power, but they swing and miss and they chase a lot. You got guys with elite power that don't chase a whole lot, but they pop up and they miss hit balls. Like Juan doesn't chase out of the zone. He hits every pitch in the zone, and he has elite power. So he's a really, really difficult at bat to figure out and to actually to navigate. So wouldn't mind not having to face him. He's the one that kind of jumps to mind. All right. Let's see who else here. Well, you guys asked me to come to your teams. I love it. Can't commit to anything right now. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the rumors that the Red Sox might bring back Cora? Look, I think it's good. The rules, we have rules in baseball right now. They were broken. The rules for the suspensions have been handed out regardless if you feel they're the right amount or the wrong amount or whatever. The rules have been followed. They served their suspension, both Hinch and Cora, Luna as well. So at this point, if you're arguing about they should have been banned or whatever, that argument's passed, and they've served their suspensions. And if they bring them back, they bring them back. And it's up to each individual team to decide if that gives their team, their organization, a competitive advantage or not. And if those guys want to get back into baseball and manage, I hope that they do. I hope they manage clean and don't have another cheating scandal. But I think it's time that they can be brought back in. They've served their time. Ball one to Choi. What was that, 80? Is that a slow changeup that Greinke's throwing? I don't know what Greinke throws all the time.
They had the comeback ability. They've been able to strand a ton of base runners on. Their defense has been stellar all throughout this postseason. They swept the Toronto Blue Jays in the wild card series. Won a grind about 5-game series against the Yankees to advance.
Middle fastball. Oh, that's the one that Troy wants back. But that one probably looked exactly like the pitch before, the 80-mile-an-hour one that he was out in front of. But see, there's Greinke with his perceived lack of stuff, right? He doesn't throw super hard. He doesn't have the nasty breaking ball or anything, but he's filling up the zone. Tyler White, or Witt, it's your dad's birthday, so yes. Rich, happy birthday. Elevated fastball right there. Good sequence for Greinke. If the Reds offered you a player coach role, would you take it? No. I don't have any interest in coaching right now. I want to play. That's I'm still well within my playing days, so no coaching yet for me, other than just interacting with teammates and stuff.
This was the four-seam fastball here. And, he talks about he is an incredibly intelligent pitcher. Talks about pressure, how he manipulates.
Let's see. What do I think of the Mariners' young core, and do I like Washington? I love Washington in the summer, spring. Greinke strike one, being aggressive over the wide of the plate. It's what you need to see. I do like Washington in the summer and the spring. It's beautiful. The winters there are tough for me. I'm a California kid. I grew up in LA area, so I'm not used to seeing overcast rain every single day. So that part's a little bit tough for me. As far as the young core of players up there, they're great. Lewis is taking me deep already. I haven't gotten to pitch against him a ton. I missed him this year, obviously, because of COVID. So I don't have a ton of information on him. But obviously, Lewis had a fantastic year.
Average fastball velocity would be 87 miles an hour. They turn the clock back 12, 13 years, and we had 10 miles an hour on that. We used to play.
Change up down. Greinke's doing a good job here being ahead in the count. It gives him a lot more wiggle room to try to get guys chase and gets the hitters antsy and gets them in swing mode because he's just throwing strike one, strike two. That's what we need to see out of Glasnow a little bit more. He's got to be ahead a little bit more.
The walker by the door.
91 from Greinke.
Good call there by Chris Conroy. This is off the corner. Really great. Trying to see how much he can play it off.
Let's see. Would I be opposed for playing, or would I be opposed to playing for AJ Hinch? Absolutely not. Like I said earlier, I think they've both served their time. And is that a cat? Huh. Getting distracted. I think they served their time. I have no problem with AJ. So if he was my manager, I would judge it just like I judge any other manager that I don't know. I'd get to know him and see how he treated me and see how we got along. Change up. I do love Greinke out there just grunting away. Yeah, that's a question. You think Greinke's going to say a location or a pitch or anything like that? Give up a 3-run homer last time.
In 2010, Kershaw was 156 and 61. Greinke, 105 and 70.
Ball one there. Not a bad pitch. That's a good question. Do I ever get nervous during starts? If so, how do I deal with it? And when does it fade away? There's that curveball. Yeah. Greinke's got to be able to land that curveball for strikes. That'll get him deeper in this game. If he can throw that, change of pace up there, different eye level, different speed, get him some quick outs, keep the hitters off balance. So that's going to be a big pitch for him moving forward. All right, we got to see Glasnow get ahead in the count. Got to see it. More strike one this inning, Glass. Let's see. Do I ever get nervous during starts? Yes, I get nervous for starts, and I take that as a good thing. I want to feel nervous because it gets like it's an extra adrenaline rush. I know that the game's big and it means something. When does it fade away? Generally speaking, when I put my headphones in and I walk out there to start my routine, I listen to my music, and then it's just baseball at that point. So it's really just like the lead up to the game. It's like, okay, is it here yet? But once I get going, then it all fades away. Let's see, who else we got here? Do I think Jacob Degrom is a Hall of Famer? I certainly think he's on track to be one. I think he needs to pitch more years. A lot of people that get in the Hall of Fame, they pitch for 15 years, something like that. So I think he has the ability to. I certainly think his career up to this point is on track. Got to see the longevity there. Okay. Let's see. Are U.S.-born players less likely to sign with Toronto because it's in Canada? I don't know about that, honestly. Taxes are tough. The travel is a little bit different. Like you have to go through customs, so it adds about an hour and a half onto every single trip coming in and out of the country. But I don't think players are reluctant necessarily to sign there because of that. If so, it's not a ton of them. It's maybe a couple here or there, but I don't think it's a big issue overall. What's up? You can be on the live stream, Morgan.
Hi.
I got my Budweisers with me. Nice and cold. Let's see. All right, what else we got here? Okay, is the Braves game just a bad day for the Braves or a turnaround for the Dodgers? That's a good question. I think that it's a bad day for the Braves for sure, but it's a big confidence boost for the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are a really good team with a lot of heart. They've been in a lot of these games, and they know their team and how to come back, and they probably got mad yesterday when they were down. And instead of crumbling, they said, nope, we're going to find a way to come back and win this game, and they were resolved. A lot of times teams that haven't been in the playoffs like that, they get down, and they're like, oh, man, okay, we lost. We'll get them tomorrow type of thing. But good teams don't do that. They make the bullpen throw, and ball one again. Come on, Glass. I think it's both. I think the Braves, the Dodgers completely flipped it last night in the ninth, and then today because the Braves had to use their guys in the pen yesterday and almost lost, and then they have to use their pen for 9 innings today, and that's going to put them behind the 8 ball for the remainder of the series, especially with no off days. The no off days in the postseason series this year is a big thing, a lot bigger than a lot of people realize. Got to be in the zone. Got to be in the zone. All right, so now Correa's chased a fastball above the zone and a curveball down. He's seen everything that started up. He's seen curveballs that start at the top and then break below the zone, and he's seen fastballs up. 2-2 count, fastball down and away right here is a freeze strikeout. But he won't throw it. He'll throw another fastball. Not a bad pitch, not a bad pitch choice. Bad location. A little bit dangerous there, but at 100 you get away with a lot of stuff that you don't get away with at 93 like I throw. So. So a fun story about Glass. I was high school teammates with him. I was a junior when he was a freshman, and what they're talking about right now about him being kind of like his body awareness and sensing his limbs in space and stuff like that. He was the goofiest, funniest like freshman. His feet looked way too big, but he was 101. What? All right. I think that was a strike, but didn't get the call. He's behind the count yet again. He was the goofiest kid. Didn't seem very athletic because 95. That must have been a changeup. Was that a changeup? Hmm.
And that's when he was coming to home with the fastball. Now he's got the universal where he holds it right at his belt buckle. So whether it's a curveball or fastball, he's got the same hold. So look at this.
Good spot right there. He's throwing hard tonight. Yeah, Glass is a freshman. He's goofy and is kind of like the class clown type of personality, and not meant as an insult in any way, shape, or form. And to see what he's been able to do since then to where he's at now is pretty crazy. 101, good Lord. Everyone throws 100 these days. I'm just getting FOMO. I got to figure out how to throw 100 myself. The average fastball on the one of the games the other day was like 97.2, the average fastball. It's ridiculous. Amazing where the game's gone. There it is. Just gotta land a couple of those. Land a couple curveballs like that. Start getting ahead in the count with the fastball. And he'll start cruising.
And for me, when you look at it for Glass now, when he's behind the count, you're getting 85% fastball to hitter. So those guys are ready for it. They can square up. It's all up to the sprinkler.
There we go. That's what we need. Just throw 100 over the plate first pitch. Now this opens everything up. Now you can get aggressive. You can go up above the zone with a fastball. You can throw a curveball middle. Yep, and that's what you get. 0-1, looks like the fastball down the middle. You get the chase in the dirt, and now he's caught in between. You can throw that curveball in the dirt again. You can go fastball up above the zone. And it starts with the first pitch strike. There it is. Check. Yep. That's exactly what he needs right there. Strike one. Starts with strike one. Here's a drive line, guys. Steven, 102.4 gray ball walking windup was crazy to watch. I was there that day. So Glasnow comes up to drive line just for a day to like check it out, hang out, and just not really for any purpose. He just happened to be in the area and he stopped by, and he saw guys throwing, and he's like, "Oh, let me get warm and let me try this." So he just picks up a couple weighted balls. He's like, "What's the drill? I do this and that. Okay, let me try." And he just breaks every single record. It's crazy. And then he just left. That's the only day he was at driveline. Such a cool story. All right, what else we got here? Hey, Trevor, as a junior college pitcher with no training staff, how much do you think I would have to invest to keep my body ready to throw? Well, it depends on like what you need. Like everyone could spend infinite money on getting every little piece of their body taken care of and looked at every single day, and a lot of times it's just not necessary. Identify the areas that you really need soft tissue, and you can get some of that done with trigger point stuff with a lacrosse ball. So you could spend $10 on lacrosse. I don't know how much lacrosse balls are, but that's a big one. A foam roller. You can do a lot of stuff in the weight room with like isometrics and stuff like that take care of like your manual therapy, not your manual therapy, but like your manual exercises, your cuff strength, your grip strength, forearm strength, stuff like that. A lot of it is preparation though. It's how much you throw, it's how much you train, it's the volume that you build up so that your game day stresses aren't as high relative to your level of preparation as they would be otherwise. That's the biggest advice I can give. Let's see. Ashton wants me with the Angels. We'll see. I don't know. 30 teams in the running right now. Free agency hasn't even opened up yet, so I appreciate the recruiting pitch, but I got no information on free agency yet. Here's a good question from Sam. I'm a pitcher as a freshman in college and want to know, do you ever adjust mechanics mid-game, or do you just trust yourself and your prep even if you're struggling? And have you ever met and talked to Tom House? I've never met or talked with Tom House. I'm aware of who Tom House is, but we've never interacted. And as far as changing mechanics during the game, you can't do that. The best way to do it is focus on the glove during the game. If you're missing consistently in one direction or another, change your sights and try to throw. If I'm missing down and away to a righty, I might try to throw up and in instead, so that I miss over the plate. But you can't think about your mechanics and change them on that given day and be successful. It'll just get worse if you try to do that. So don't try to do that. Oh, one again from Grinky.
Most lopsided first innings in playoff history, but they have another game tomorrow as opposed to last year. That's true. Good point. If you're a game three with that we're not in elimination yet. That game is 15.
Cherry tomatoes are so good. It's my snack of choice right now.
San Diego, ALCS, 1-0 Astros. Those have two they with a home run, with 2 outs in the first. Excellent.
Good pitch right there. My dream rotation of current MLB pitchers. Let's see. Well, Cole would be on it. A healthy Sale would be on it. Degrom would be on it. Is there another lefty? Kershaw maybe? Who else? I'm trying to think of like the electric lefties around the league. Probably would put Kershaw on it. I'd like to be on it. If those 5, I'd put myself on it, just because I'd want to pitch with all those guys and see what they did and stuff like that. So that'd be my 5.
That's kind of his changeup. He has 2 pitches that are the same speed, but different pitches.
There it is. Slow curveball. Perfectly executed. That's crazy. Dotted right in the corner. That really opens this at bat up because it just throws a monkey wrench in the sequencing.
Good job. Just get users to top off and see another pitch.
See how far out in front he is on this pitch? Barely nicks it. But change the eye level, change the speed, and then he gets the check swing on the changeup. Didn't go. But. Let's see. Ethan says, loved every vlog. Even as a Mets fan, you had me rooting for the Reds. That's great news. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. That's one of the whole reasons for the vlog is to get people outside of Cincinnati to pay attention to Cincinnati and be interested in baseball. It says, I have your jersey and wear it proudly. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for that. It means a lot to me to – oh, he missed with it. Slow curveball in for a walk. It means a lot to me that when people wear my jersey. Growing up as a kid, I didn't have money to buy jerseys of my favorite players. So I would watch Dodger games. I'd watch Braves games, A's games. Hudson, Zito, and Mulder, Zito, Hudson, and Mulder, and then Smoltz, Glavine, and Maddox in Atlanta. I couldn't have any of their jerseys. We didn't have money for it, but it's pretty cool to be in their shoes now, I guess, as a big league ball player and to have people wearing my name across their back. That's awesome. So thank you for that. All right, leadoff walk for Greinke. Tough one here. He's going to get a lot of balls put in play, so he's looking for a double play here. But ball 1. Ball 2. That's probably a strike right there. See if he throws a changeup here to try to get a ground ball. I expect a changeup. It's probably his best pitch, best command pitch. Pick off to first.
To go 28 years of age, with the Yokohama Bay Stars, 139 homers in 4-year stretch.
Shout out to the Bay Stars. Fastball down. Dangerous pitch right there.
professional baseball.
Well executed, but dangerous.
Always wanted to test his wares against the game's best pitchers, and
See if he throws a changeup. I expect the changeup's got to be coming here at some point.
it was a down season. He could only hit 29 homers in Japan. And the Rays able to lock him up. 2 balls and a strike. Check on the runner at Madison first. It's also tough for him coming over this year. Most people gave him the regular spring training, play everything he had to go through. He only wondered for those 3 months to the quarantine where he was, what he was doing. You know, so a difficult year for him.
Interesting point they're bringing up here about the guys coming over from Japan this year. There's the changeup. There's the ground ball. There's the double play. Yep. It was coming. You knew it was coming, just didn't know when. But it's exactly what Greinke needed right there. Great pitch. Interesting point they brought up about the players coming over from Japan, though, and struggling with velocity. It's something that I saw in Shogo in Cincinnati. Velocity kind of beat him early in the year. He was late and couldn't get the barrel to it. And one of the reasons why is the velocity over in Japan, the average velocity is nowhere near what the average velocity in the big leagues is. And so it takes those guys a little bit of time to adjust their bat speed and their swing speed and stuff like that, how quickly they trigger and to get used to it, which makes what Ichiro did even that much more impressive. He just came over and put up 200 hits every single year that he was over here. It's crazy what that guy did. So, all right, 0-1 here. Expect this at bat to go fairly quickly after Greinke got that double play. Fastball, yep. There it is, strike one. Got to throw strike one. Good inning for Greinke. Leadoff walk. Got into some trouble, but executed and got that double play. Pitcher's best friend. Let's see. Eric says, what would you attribute your success to this year? It seemed like you struggled last year in Cincy. Were you more comfortable or a mechanics thing? I was hurt last year. I partially tore 2 ligaments in my right ankle in my 4th start of the year. I tried to pitch through it because they said it wouldn't get any worse by pitching, but my mechanics changed. And then by the time my ankle finally got healthy sometime in June, end of June-ish, my mechanics had changed so much I couldn't get it back. My back was kind of messed up. And it just was one of those years that kind of spiraled out of control. But I was healthy this year, and my command was way, way better. My walk rate got chopped. I think I chopped my walks per 9 down about 33%. So my best was I think 2.98 walks per 9 at any point in my career, and this year is like 2.1 unless you include my postseason start. Then it was I think under 2. So that was the biggest thing. No, I was ahead a lot more in the count, threw a lot more strikes, put a lot less people on base, and so when I did give up homers, they were solo shots instead of being multiple run shots. Let's see. Would you rather have the fastest fastball or the dirtiest off-speed pitches? I personally would like to have the dirtiest off-speed pitches because if you have really good breaking stuff, you can hide a bad fastball a lot better than if you have a good fastball but no breaking stuff to hide it. If you have really good breaking stuff, you can throw 60, 70% breaking stuff, and hitters really struggle to hit the breaking ball. They hit fastballs a lot better, even if you have a really elite fastball. So definitely would prefer the breaking balls. Okay.
Introducing Schwab Stock Sessions. With today's $5, not everyone can own companies in the S&P 500.
What's up, everybody? Say hi to the vlog. This is my vlog camera that I use right here. Got the Rode microphone on it and the switch pod. This thing turns from a tripod into a handheld, so I can go selfie mode like this. Camera is a Sony a6400. Pretty simple, easy setup to use. Recording right now, so I'll throw this on the vlog later. But yeah, gotta make sure I have some B-roll of me hanging out watching the game. All right. We'll see what Glass got this inning. Hopefully he's locking in.
Going to the Astros back for inning number 3. Josh Reddick leads off.
There we go.
7 fouls it away.
I think that's the first. Is that the first pitch swing that we've had today? I'm not sure. There haven't been many of them, that's for sure.
This is his second start of the series.
Curveball in the dirt, strike 3, swing and miss.
That's to make it at this point. Alexis Diaz is the right-handed back in that designated clear role.
Will I have interns? At some point, I probably will have some interns. I don't right now, though. There it is. Did he go? Oh, close. Throw it again. He'll swing. What am I going to focus on this off season? I got to throw harder. I need to throw harder. Work on my command as well, but got to throw harder. So physical, training stuff in the gym, and velocity. Curveball down. Fastball down and away is a strikeout right here. Bounce curveball is a strikeout right here. Fastball up above the zone middle, probably a strikeout right here. Great sequence so far. We'll see if you can execute one of those pitches.
Yeah, that is a phenomenal cardboard cutout. I don't think my hands on that one actually before we leave. He saw a few shifts in his game.
Yep, curveball down. Great sequence there. Really good pitches by Glass.
Moments ago, Lord Shahadi caught up with Kevin Cash.
Thoughts on the Rays' approach towards analytics? I think they're great. They do a lot of really good stuff over there, from what I heard.
One of the things that Kevin Cash said before being 5.
Strike 1. There we go. That's 99 right down the middle. And you got to swing, but it's fouled off because it's hard to hit the first pitch of an at-bat. And even if you do, you're out the majority of the time. And now this at-bat, he can expand from there because he's ahead. He's got a lot more leeway. You can go fastball up away more. You can go curveball for a strike here. If you throw a curveball down, there's a good chance he actually swings and chases. I personally would go up again with the fastball and then drop the curveball. We'll see. Curveball.
Well, Tyler Glasgow is a guy that has an interesting story. The way he throws his fastball thanks to a lot of carpal tunnel syndrome and some nerve damage when he was in high school.
Yeah, and after that surgery, his range of motion in his index and middle fingers were tighter. He had less than he had before, so he grips it and releases it from the side. So instead of his fingers,
It's a good pitch right there. Maldonado's definitely not looking to hit a breaking ball here. He wants to get on a fastball.
Split the grip. Basically, his index finger has to ride off to the side of the baseball because he cannot straighten his index finger.
There's that freeze down and away fastball. He didn't mean to go there, but that pitch is open.
So you can see in his fastball, since he can't do it, both pitchers have their fingers closer together on the fastball.
And look how big his hands are. That's crazy. The ball looks so small in his hands. He actually tried the freeze down there. That's the first time I've seen him try that. Generally, you can't get 2 freezes down there like that, though. You kind of wasted his one to get to 2 strikes. Wasted that down. Not wasted it. He got the 2 strikes, but if you go back-to-back freezes generally don't work out as well. Just throw a fastball up middle. Not what you want to do to face the top of the order.
I think if you're watching this game in Glass now, you see yourself, he's getting the ball in the zone. That was the ball in the zone. Getting that pitch, but it is at 99 miles an hour. Sometimes a little more than go play that hard for the back. Yeah, I thought that one was well. I heard a couple of the other ones, yes, might have been that one, good ball. That was a great look at his fastball release of the grip. With that index finger riding off to the side. And it produces
Top shelf breaking ball there, but just off the plate. Got to get ahead. This inning could get out of hand here. He's got to throw a strike here. Needs a strike.
As far as all that stuff is a completely different picture.
Uh-oh.
Fastball will cut that misses. Completely different picture than it was with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Eric asks, is there any concern coming off a Cy Young caliber year that revenue loss due to COVID could potentially affect the market? I do think that COVID this year will affect next year's market. I don't know how it's going to affect it or not, so I guess we'll see. But get it out. Ow. Yeah, I mean, the Astros are snake bit, man. How many balls are they going to hit right on the screws that are going to turn into outs? Hopefully they got him in the butt or something.
They sometimes have their back to the batter. I'm not in good fielding position. He says he's fine. It's a little embarrassed. It's most pitchers are a little embarrassed.
All right, let's see where it hit him.
Coming to the first base side, his back's turned.
All right, it got him on the meat. That ball was smoked, too. That's going to be sore. He'll be fine this inning, but that could have some effects an inning or two. You go sit down, cool down, that lat gets tight, kind of starts pulling a little bit, starts cutting balls off a little bit, might start cutting balls, glove side, yanking the curve ball down if that lat's not functioning fully.
Right, so 2 out. Maldonado at second base now. Michael Bradley at the plate. Bradley hit 2 home runs in game 4. The punching game for the Astros against the Oakland Athletics in the division series. We hit one last night, opposite field homer.
Let's see.
Well, the Astros still looking for the first RBI.
Don't be surprised to see Brantley get a hit here.
Before hits, they haven't been able to score. But they've hit hard enough. Raise play a couple nice positions.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Brantley drive a ball the other way, like ground ball kind of through the 6 hole here. Not sure if that scores Maldonado or not, but
Outburst against the Oakland A's. Winning it 4 at Dodger Stadium. They hit 12 home runs in that series. Had 33 runs and 46 hits in that series in 4 games. And the Rays have been able to shut off the valve so far in this series with great pitching, with great positioning, and great defense. All that comes together to what the Rays call their run prevention unit.
And they're kind of getting it a little different in that series. The A's hit tons of home runs, guys, solo shots. And the Astros were hitting 2, 3-run homers here. About 4 or 5 solo shots.
come on, Glass.
I'll tell you, they've got 3 of those, including one tonight that has the Astros on top.
There you go.
With flare, foul territory, outside of play. You know, getting hit by a ball from the batter, Brian. It's one of those things, Brian.
That fastball up and into Brant with a little bit cut to his hands is a good pitch. If you can hit that up and in corner, he doesn't like it up there. Not that he can't hit it, he will hit it, but he prefers the ball out over the plate a lot more than up and in. He's not someone that tries to turn on the ball and hit homers.
Bradley bounced into a 3-6-3 double play his last time up.
Do I collect baseball or any sports cards? No, I do not. Never been into that.
Dallas up the middle. There's that spinner for Glass now. No secret to Glass now. Fastball curve, but will change velocity on the breaking ball, right? I mean, that's one thing he'll do to try to disrupt the pitch timing.
With 2 pitches, I think that they're going to add and subtract depending on what the hitters do.
Fastball down and away here. Get a rollover.
Got that ability.
There's a 3-1.
Yeah, Brandt's just not going to chase out of the zone. All right. If you're the Rays, are you worried about that line drive off him now and you just walk Brantley? You said you will consider all offers this offseason. If that includes the Astros, would you actually sign with them if you felt good about it? Yeah, of course. I would absolutely sign with the Astros. Now, I don't know if that's even a possibility. I don't know if they're going to make an offer. I have no idea because free agency isn't open yet. Technically, not allowed to talk to any teams until I think the day after 9 a.m. the day after the World Series. So, yeah, there's that yanked curveball that I was talking about with the lat. Not saying that it's because of the lat. I don't know if it is, but that's kind of what you'll see. If the lat gets a little bit tight, it doesn't want to let you like fully get through the ball and finish. So you kind of cut things off to protect the lat and you yank balls. Or you miss high.
Astros knocked them out to 2/3. Game 5 of the division series last year.
101, just read back and threw it down the middle. Need to do that more 1 or 0-0.
Losing hold of free agency. Justin Verlander out for the year. And next, with Tommy John surgery. They've lost a ton of innings. They've got a ton of injuries.
Big pitch here.
In the air right field, that's slicing that ball's going. And it's going off the base of the ball. Maldonado scores. Quickly will hold the third. Pushing out 2-way.
Yep. Walk Maldonado, walk Brantley. You got to throw the ball in the zone. Walks are going to kill you in the postseason. Recommend good tools and videos for off-season pitching strengthening workouts for high school teams. I don't know a ton of good resources on strength training for high school kids. My recommendation would be to follow people that are in that realm on Twitter. DST down in Houston is a company I've worked with for 10 years now. Kevin Poppy on Twitter. Let me pull up his actual Twitter so I can recommend this. Hold on. Let's see here. What is his @ name? Okay, it's @TheKevinPoppy, Poppe. So I would check him out. He's always posting stuff and get in contact with him. Another one, maybe Eric Cressy. But I know enough through talking with those guys, mainly with Kevin and also Leaf Yoshi, who's the owner of DST, over the last 10 years, that I'm pretty comfortable with my strength stuff, and I understand what I'm trying to do and all that. I just don't know what the resources are that are out there currently because they're not the same ones that I really learned from. One-on-one, strike one. Good. Okay, let's see here. Shane says the use of foreign substance by Glasnow, in his opinion, is obvious. Why doesn't the opposite team's manager bring it to the attention of the umpire to get him ejected? That's because the Astros have plenty of people that are using foreign substance as well. Every team has people that use foreign substance, so you can't go check the other team's player and then have your players get checked and ejected. So it's kind of this like mutual ceasefire that managers have that you don't, unless it's blatantly obvious, like the Pineda one. You don't go check other people for foreign substance. It's like an unwritten rule.
Just being a little careful in this and trying to make sure he goes the perfect pitch outside on the outside corner as opposed to being aggressive and getting ahead of the others.
But the official for the first two is labored here. So on next
Glass getting himself in trouble. Better off walking Bregman here, trying to start over on the next hitter. He's got to be able to land that curveball for strikes. If he can't land the curveball for strikes, he's got to be too perfect with the fastball. He doesn't have a pitch in between that he can throw for strikes. Oh, man. You got lucky there. That inning could have gone real bad, but another run for the Astros. Altuve doing it. Braves fans want you in Atlanta. Can you see yourself leading the staff next year? You and Acuna swag would be glorious. I can see myself playing for the Braves, but I can see myself playing for 30 teams, all 30 teams right now. So I really don't know. I don't ever consider myself the leader of the staff necessarily because leaders lead in different ways. Like I can be an example of how to work in the way that I like to work, but that doesn't work for everybody. I can offer information to people who are seeking to learn and feel like I can be of value to them, a resource to them, but that doesn't work for everybody. So I look at staffs. Staffs need a collective. They need collective buy-in from everybody on the staff. There's not just one leader of a staff. That's how I view things anyway. Okay, let's take some more questions here. What else we got? Is that Dodger game over yet? What's the final score on that thing? Dodgers game still isn't over. 15-1 in the 8th. 3 hits for the Braves. Yikes. What team do I have the most confidence against? I don't really know. I don't know who I pitch really well against and who I don't. Every team I think has gotten to me, and I think I've gotten every team pretty well at some point in the past. It's really not a team thing. It's about the hitters in the lineup and how well I match up against them and stuff. So I don't really have a good answer for that one. Would you ever pitch for Houston? Yes, I would pitch for Houston. What do I think about Degrom's velocity increase? That's crazy. I think probably he was always capable of throwing about 100. I think that a lot of times pitchers that are capable of doing that get it coached out of them in the minor leagues and early in professional baseball because they generally don't have elite command of elite stuff at that point. It takes a long time to develop elite stuff and elite command of it. And so when people have elite command or elite stuff coming up, a lot of times the people say, hey, just command it. You don't have to throw as hard. You throw hard enough, blah, blah, blah. And so they get the athleticism coached out of them. And then he ended up hurt. I know he had Tommy John at some point. I think he did anyway. And so probably just what you saw in his early in his career was probably just kind of the watered down version of what he could have been. And so as he's seen velocity increase in the league wide and is healthy and understands what he can do, he's just tried to throw harder every year. And you're probably just seeing his body reorganized to throw hard, or back up to like his ceiling, what he could have been doing the entire time. That would be my thing on it. But it is really crazy to see a velocity trend just increase like that year over year. You usually see a slight slope down. So definitely something that's caught my eye for sure. I want to figure out how to do that for myself. Oh, you're going to give him that pitch? That ball's down. It's a big swing right there, 3-1 versus 2-2. Owen says, hi, Trevor, do you throw your bullpens with game intensity? If not, why? During season, no, I do not, partially because I can't generate game intensity in my bullpens. I just can't throw that hard in pens. And also because recovery-wise, I'm still trying to recover on pen day because I got to start again in 2 days. So that's the reason. So it's interesting to watch this game and look at things. The Rays don't have a hit yet off Greinke, and he's throwing 88, 90, but he's throwing a lot of strikes early in the count. He's around the zone a lot. I mean, that ball was basically middle at 90, didn't get hit. Glasnow's got elite stuff, throwing 101 with a nasty curveball, but foul. But Glass has been behind in the count a lot, and so he's given up a couple hits, given up a home run, gave up a double. He's given up 2 runs. That's one of the things that you see in the league. Experience. Generally, what you see is a player comes up, he has 0 experience, and as he pitches, he obviously gets more experience. But a player, when he comes up, probably has the best stuff, and as he pitches, his stuff generally gets worse. And so what you see is this kind of balancing act where the experience starts to carry the day, and his stuff is still good enough before it tanks that the pitcher gets better and better. And then he gets to a place where he no longer has the stuff to compete in the league, but he's got a lot of experience, and then you kind of see this cliff, and that's what this aging curve is all about, this like early 30s where pitchers kind of fall off a cliff. One of the things that comes with experience is the knowledge of like, hey, I got really good stuff. I'm just going to throw it down the middle of the plate. I'm going to make sure and throw it for a strike and not miss, especially early in the count. And that's one thing that you're looking at Greinke here. He doesn't have the stuff anymore that he used to. Certainly doesn't have the stuff that he had when he first came up. But he's around the plate. He throws the ball in the zone. He's fearless in the zone. He throws a lot of strikes, and he can cut through a lineup very well. You see with Glasnow a little bit of inexperience. Now maybe he's just struggling a little bit off tonight. We all have those nights, but it's something that I've kind of seen from him this postseason in general. Like, he's behind in the count a little bit. He doesn't get as much of the white. He's constantly kind of trying to be on the corners, and so he ends up behind in the count and gives hitters a chance against stuff that hitters shouldn't have much of a chance against.
71 years of age, he's been the manager of the year 3 times. Signed a 1-year deal with a team option just to have a chance to kind of unravel.
There it is, 89, kind of over the heart of the plate and gets a foul ball. Let's see. Colby says, I saw in the vlogs that you measured your metrics and blood numbers each day. Were your numbers better this year than last year? And if you think that affected your performance, and do you think that affected your performance this year? Some numbers were better. Some numbers were worse, actually. But I don't think that necessarily affected my performance one way or the other. It's just it's a matter of altering my routine and making sure that I'm doing the recovery things that I need to get to. I beat the shift right there. That was a really good pitch. 1-2, change up off the plate away. Meadows is a really good hitter, though, so not surprised with that. But yeah, the measuring my daily metrics is just about being able to alter my routine, and like that day, if my metrics are down, then I don't lift as hard or I don't condition as hard or something like that. So it's about that's mostly what it's about, and monitoring how quickly I'm getting back to baseline levels so that I know if I'm can throw hard in the pen, if I'm ready to start, and if I'm not ready to start, I still go out and pitch, but it's like, okay, I need to change something up in my routine so I don't have that happen to me again. Can you envision the MLB adding more teams in the near future? What cities would you like to see have a team? I do think they're going to try to expand at some point in the near future. I'd love to see Montreal have a team again. I think Nashville could have a team. I don't know. Nashville, I think, for sure could support a team. All right, 2-0 here to the hottest hitter in the planet right now. Danger time for Greinke. Facing the order the second time through. Behind in the count here. Change up off in. It doesn't look like Greinke's intentionally trying to pitch around him here. Looks like he's trying to execute pitches, so. Sometimes in these situations, you prefer to get the guy on deck, and so you'll throw breaking balls to see if he chases. But I don't think that's what Greinke's doing in this case. It looks like he's trying to execute pitches and get him out, which makes sense up 2-0. You can't go behind, so you got to – I don't think you want to intentionally walk someone here to put the potential go-ahead run at the plate.
I feel like that's what Greinke's going back.
3-1. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's so hot right now. That's crazy. That slow curve, kind of hanging in the zone. Got that chain bouncing. Make sure you pop the chain. Golly, that guy is so hot right now. It's unbelievable what he's doing at the plate. Well, Rays are on the board. Got behind right there. Got behind 3-0. Let's give him a chance. Do you remember the worst start you've ever had? I think I've had some that are kind of equally as bad. 2/3 of an inning in Oakland, I gave up 5. 2/3 of an inning in Chicago, gave up 5.
He got a hanging breaking ball and just destroyed it out of here. The ball that didn't break for Frankie.
Change up. Oh, that was really interesting. You actually saw Rosarena. He recognized the pitch and then swung. You could see the little delay in his swing right there. That was a really cool angle. Nice pitch. So after the World Series, do all negotiations and talks go through Ray Chalupa, or can they go directly to you? No, they all talks will go through my agent, Rachel. So teams will call her and she'll negotiate with them. She'll fill me in on whatever I guess is talked about or something. But yeah, all negotiations go through my agent. So that's an interesting point of the game, though, to talk about. You got a man on first, and you got a Rosarena at the plate, who's the hottest hitter. Do you not let him beat you? Technically, he didn't beat you by hitting a 2-run homer because you're still tied. Do you let him beat you, or do you put him on to bring Choi up with the potential to have him beat you? That was a good pitch right there. Backdoor cutter. Really good sequencing right there. I personally think Greinke's stuff matches up better against Choi than it does Rosarena, but again, you have to get the next guy out too if you walk Rosarena, and if you give up a homer after that, now it's 3 runs. So tough positioning there, but that's what you get behind in the count like that, give up a hit. Meadows comes through actually on a really good sequence and gets a hit, then you get behind to Rosarena and it ends up as a homer, and now it's a brand new ball game. Good change up there. Preying on the aggressiveness right here.
The team is told not to let him hurt you. Don't let him beat you. And he does it. Not let him beat you. And then you have Kevin Castro. He wasn't making the team for spring training. Are you kidding me? Exactly.
Oh no, my computer's gonna die. That's not good.
Late February to March before the shutdown.
Front door cutter. Oh, I gotta find an outlet in this place. Good luck. Oh, there's gotta be the outlet behind the TV box. Good cutter right there. Nice play by Bregman at third. All right, I gotta plug my computer in. I'm going to have to move spots. No outlets. All right, I got one more half inning, guys. I'll watch Glass pitch one more half inning. If you haven't hit that subscribe button for me already, go ahead and hit that right now. I appreciate you guys. Also, if you haven't checked out trevorbauer.com, go over to trevorbauer.com. Check out the merchandise we got over there. Hang out on the site for a little bit. Shout out to Budweiser for sponsoring this the Cincinnati Buds this year. All my Cincy fans, if you haven't seen it already, there's a Cincinnati Bud can outside the stadium at Great American. Go check it out. Send me the pictures. Tweet me on Twitter. Take a picture at the Cincinnati Bud. Send it to me. I'm looking forward to getting back and getting a picture with it myself. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous I didn't get to get a picture with it before the season ended. All right, gotta see Glass land some curveballs here. Need it. What other questions we got? Lots on commercial break. What do you think DeGrom's best pitch is? Also, how much does pitching coach affect your decision? Pitching coach will definitely play into my decision. It won't be the only thing. It'll have some effect. I don't know where really in the priority that falls. But DeGrom's best pitch, fastball for sure. It's one of the best fastballs in the league. His other stuff is good. It's interesting if you separate it out. If you just look at each individual pitch in isolation, something that my analysts have put together, and you know the pitches themselves sometimes in a pitcher's arsenal don't grade out perfectly or great, but the combination of the two or the three or the four, however many they have, grade out a lot better because they work off of each other. And I think DeGrom's one of those that. His slider grades out really well, and his fastball grades out really well. His changeup doesn't grade out great, but in combination with the fastball and the slider, it performs really well. So the arsenal plays better than the sum of the individual, or the sum of the parts plays better than the individual parts.
Going up to junior, back in 2008, had 19 hits. There's still a lot of baseball to play.
0-1, okay. Glass just having trouble landing that curveball today. Curveballs are the toughest pitch to land because they move the most. People who have a really good command of curveballs are tough to hit because they're just hard to throw for strikes consistently. Freeze fastball down and away is open. Breaking ball down, also a strikeout. Actually, I think you might lay off a breaking ball down here. Just swung at one. I think you'd be cautious of it. That's why I like the fastball down and away. That was just a really good pitch. That was a strike if he doesn't swing. Good sequence right there. Really, really important sequence to come out and get the first guy. When free agency comes around, are you looking at potential or whoever agrees to every 4 days? I'm looking at a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I'm considering. I want to be happy. I want to have a chance to win. I want to pitch every fourth day. There's a lot of things that go into it. But again, we'll consider any offer that comes in and see what the pitch is and make a decision from there. There we go. Fastball down the middle, strike one. Guy's late. I think fastball up and in here. He'll be late, and then a curveball kind of back foot. 3-pitch strikeout if he's able to execute those two. Honestly, though, I'd throw another. I just make sure and get White on this pitch. He was late on that fastball. He's late enough. Throw the fastball in the inner half here anywhere, and he's going to be late again. Yeah. Is that a – that was a changeup. He only throws that pitch like 4% of the time, 5% of the time. I don't like that pitch in that sequence. He got a freeze on it, but after being late on a fastball at 99, you throw something 94 up there, gets the head out a lot more. If he had swung, that ball might have gone a long way. There's that curveball down. I think that curveball down gets a swing if he'd gone fastball up and in the pitch before. But I think a fastball up and in here gets a swing too. Good pitch there. Fastball down and away, open for a strikeout. Fastball up and in here. This pitch has to force action. Don't want to go 3-2. How many serious offers are you expecting? I honestly have no expectations for free agency. I've never been through it before, so I don't know what to expect. So I'm just kind of rolling with the punches and seeing what happens. I don't know. I do know that nothing can come in right now, so I'm just focused on I went back to the curveball. Stubborn with it. Big. He's got to finish this one off. Get through this one. What has he got? 62 pitches now? Yeah, I don't know what to expect. So I'm just kind of rolling with the punches, focused on training and getting up and going with my business meetings. That's why I'm on this Airbnb right now. I'm having business meetings the next 4 days. Ball.
This isn't unlike what you would get from the great Nolan Ryan when you were facing. This combination of 100-mile-an-hour fastballs and a breaking ball hissing through the zone. There's a 1-0.
Oh! That ball was smoked. Almost hit glass in the face. Astros all series, hard hit balls, that Rays smothering defense. Rays defense this year reminds me a lot of Royals in the 2014, 2015, where like every hard hit ball that was hit was they'd track it down and they'd turn it into an out. Been pretty crazy to watch. But yeah, I gotta go find some food, guys. I'm hungry. Gotta get back on my meal plan. So it's been fun hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't hit that subscribe button already, please do so. Help me out on my way to 250,000 subs on YouTube. I'll be doing more live streams like this as the playoffs proceed. I got my 3 or 4 days of traveling out of the way, so I'll be around Wi-Fi at night and be able to watch the games not on the go and stuff like that. So stay tuned to my Twitter for the announcements of those, or subscribe here to the YouTube and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss out on anything. One more shout out to Budweiser for that Cincinnati Bud can and for sponsoring this live stream. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
The 19 American